Okay, I think this is all working. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, everything seems to be good. Audio seems good. Yep, everything seems to be good. Audio seems good. Yep, everything seems to be good. Audio seems good. Yep,
that is
everything
annoying.
seems to be good. Okay. Okay. I know it works. That much. I know it works. Hey, let me just set some stuff up. I haven't done this in a very long time, so. Yep. Okay. That's good. All right. Expect another wave of feedback because I'm grabbing another wave of feedback. All right. I'm just gonna announce to some groups that I'm doing this so I actually get people to watch. Hope my keyboard isn't too loud. But I won't be playing this game with keyboard, so that won't be an issue. Alright, that's posted to Twitter. Now I'm gonna post on a few Discord servers. Annoy some of my friends with pings. Okay, should be good. I think the stream's good. Overlay's good. Oh, hang on. Someone's watching. Neat. Okay, I don't know how good my audio quality is, but everything seems to be working just fine. Let me just check the stream again. Game bugs. This game, by the way, freezes when I tab out. That's normal. Normal. Yep, looks good. Yep. Okay. Okay. Things good. So, just so we're clear, I have played this game before. Uh, but this is going to be my first. Hi, Null. So this is going to be my first time playing. Hang on, playing Ace Combat on Ace difficulty, the hardest difficulty. So I have played this game before a lot. I played this through several times, and just last night I finished a hard mode run. See, my I have a lot of people who wanted me to get back into streaming. Well, maybe like 2 or 3 people, but that's a lot for me. I don't have many friends. Um, I I basically decided that I was going to finish my hard mode run, unlock Ace difficulty. It's actually my second hard mode run. It didn't unlock the first time for some reason. But once I finish the hard mode run, unlock Ace difficulty, I was going to stream my first playthrough of Ace difficulty because well, might as well start somewhere. So give me one moment to grab something, and then we'll start. Alright, I'm back. Let's see, does the studio thing even have a way to check who, like, see who's watching? It just tells me a number, okay. Wait, that was the wrong button. Yeah, that was the wrong button. That put me on the last mission of my hard mode run. Give me a second.
Trigger.
Hang on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go. Restart story, that's how it goes. Let's see. And ace difficulty. Alright. I'm gonna let the cutscenes
Does
play
the color
just
of
in
the
case
sky
there's,
mean
someone
anything
joins who
special to
hasn't
you?
seen the game before.
It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running.
Stuff.
And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all
I
alone.
love how they act like she, like, built this new plane.
Wherever the souls of my Gramps
She
and his
kinda
pals
just
are
rebuilt
flying,
a starfighter.
I hope it's peaceful.
F-104.
Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane
Really
could do
nice
was
jet
take
though.
off,
Yeah,
accelerate, and fly up. So, I flew up, straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at
Hello.
least.
Hi, Chief.
Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have been my best with this piece of junk. Should have built a deterrent too.
Yeah, it's got an amazing soundtrack. Honestly, all the Ace Combat games that I've played have had great soundtracks.
Is everyone
I
here?
hope my audio quality is good. I
Settle
don't
down.
actually know how it sounds.
I said settle down.
Could probably
You
afford
have
to.
all been instrumental in
audio
helping to
mixer a bit.
maintain peace in Yuzha as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force.
We'll see.
Until today.
You guys can hear me alright.
Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they
Alright,
have attacked.
I'll fix that. Give me a second. How's it now? I just set the volume up. I'll set the game down a little. There we go.
The site.
That's good.
Here's your mission. It's possible that the Yuzhan ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land.
That's
If
good.
the
Good to hear.
hostiles counterattack, then you will.
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
I'm also probably going to include the DLC in this run, even though I find it infuriating. It'll probably be funny anyways. Alright. Let's see. What to use for the first mission? It really doesn't matter a whole lot, but... yeah, I'll use the 35, it's a good plane. There we go.
Squadron aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
I'm not a big fan of European fighters, honestly. I don't think I've ever flown the Mirage in this game. I'm thinking about getting the Mirage F1 and DCS, but that's a different version of the Mirage. This was the Mirage 2000, right?
What's happening? Bombers incoming.
Yeah, I like mostly Russian, East Asian aircraft, and the occasional North American aircraft. Canada stuff is kind of nice. It's like modified American.
Call sign is page 2. Verify and read back. Page 2, clear for takeoff. Situation is tight.
The Flanker family is just my favorite all around, though.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Really, anything with thrust vectoring, I'm gonna fall in love.
Page 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
It is kind of funny because the Flanker cannot go this fast.
Time to stop the bullshit. Page 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this.
I wonder if the ace difficulty is gonna affect the first mission at all.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper.
Okay, well, Gloat, you're
All unidentified bombers. Don't have many
you fly crazy, okay?
in the last attack. Expect a
People say I'm a daredevil, you're worse. Worse in a good way.
Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element. Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Major.
But yeah, this is like,
Not bad, Mage 2.
I think we're approaching like, yeah, we're approaching twice this top speed of this aircraft right now. But yeah, the first mission, this mission is just a tutorial, basically. But, so even on harder difficulties, it's kind of just nothing.
Let's go introduce ourselves.
Makes sense. Also, yeah, technically, less fuel does give you a slight, increase to maneuvering and speed, but it's very minor.
Down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2, targets in range. Pair bombers.
Oh, another pair of bombers.
Got this.
I'm just gonna focus on the objective and, because I want to get into the actual game as quickly as possible. Love the music, though.
Trigger, don't forget your special weapon. Mage 2, walking.
Hey, minor stat in a dogfight, minor stat increases are everything.
That's it. It's great when it's simple. Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2. Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base.
Long way to go. I really don't like these guys.
Oh, no. Tally 2 bandits. Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort. Whoa there, Trigger. Settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Welcome. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Yeah, it's really weird how good the... a friend of mine, Gold's asking why I wanted to stream. A friend of mine does stream on Twitch actually kind of seriously, and, I don't know. I used to. He wanted, well, he didn't really... He gave me the gentle push I needed to get back into it, basically.
AVs. I can't tell them apart.
Plus, you know, I get to show off, funny plane stuff.
Mage 2 bandit confirmed down.
444 Squadron is great. Gloat, I don't know if we'll get to 444 at this, like, in this stream, but, we probably will, because it's only, like, what, fifth mission or so that they appear. But, Gloat, you're gonna love them. They're exactly your kind of pilots. I think that's all of them. Yep, that's all of them. Anyways, reason I like the flankers? Can your European fighters do this?
Couldn't go with Mage 2. My commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm
It's actually surprisingly easy to do. It comes in handy during some of the later bosses, like with Mihai and stuff.
for debriefing?
Also, really comes in handy in PvP. Yeah, that about describes 444. That they're also just really funny.
I am Princess Rosa Brissette Delise, of the Kingdom of Erusia.
The 444 Squadron is minor spoilers here. They're basically they're literally a bunch of convicts who are told, hey, if you fly for our Air Force, we might let you go. They don't actually plan on letting them go, but they'll tell them that. What do I got a nickname for?
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country.
That is a
According
great
to the
emote.
Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on.
It's hilarious.
I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator.
By the
which
way,
is being
don't
built
expect
in
me to
southern
stream
Asia,
Ultra Kill.
has
I'm
been seized
terrible
by the
at
Erusian
fast-paced
army.
shooters.
Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Eusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Eusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Eusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Eusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Eusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military. And not a single civilian...
I know this is a playing game, but you'd think there would be more mention of the armed force, like the army, and they do occasionally mention the navy, but not nearly as much as the army.
Didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Yeah, I've heard some of the earlier games
You were wondering?
are more grounded in that way.
I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force
This one's
base,
basically just an
then
anime with
got
planes.
arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war. all in the blink of an eye.
Oh yeah, you see Spec Ops. I know this in game you think there'd be more planes. There are some planes that I wonder why they're not included. Consider how funny it would be to fly warbirds in this game.
I was tried.
That would have been
found
cool.
guilty,
A ground
and
arcade
stuffed into a
game?
cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too.
That would have been really cool.
We headed off down south for several days and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Aruja.
There's
opposite
444
side of the continent.
Air Force Base, Gloat.
It was dull as
That's
hell.
where you'd want to be.
It had 3 rusty patrol boats. And the base? The fences were topped with razor wire. The tower had a searchlight and machine guns. And a truck with a gun turret was
Literally a
parked in front of
prison
it.
air base.
Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base. But half the tanker trucks were just big balloons. And the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape.
Oh yeah, the balloon units thing was actually done in World War II.
And set the dogs on me.
Oh, by the way, Gloat, I convinced Nervix to get this game.
Eruja has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made,
He's already going on we already had a talk about meta planes, so that's, you know how that's gonna go.
appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent.
True.
and they are
Like,
now
you're good, you fly in GTA, where every pilot is, like,
the multinational space elevator has
you
been
mention the idea of energy dogfighting tactics, and they just go, what?
war. The space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable.
I don't know, the PvP does. I see plenty of F-22s spamming 8Ms, alright? That's still a thing people do.
Enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Grays Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens,
Yeah.
move swiftly and establish air superiority.
Yeah, a lot of the playing games I fly are almost all flying. I do wish we could get flying this good in a non-flying game. It's part of why I like Arma flying so much, because you can, you're supporting ground units. There's actually like a good mix of what's going on. I'm gonna keep using the Su-35. Because, first few missions, it is just really good to have. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely one of the... I'd say Ace Combat is definitely up there as a really good game. Combined Arms gameplay. Yeah, Combined Arms is the best thing. DCS tried to do that, but didn't do a very good job, honestly. The ground combat in DCS is extremely bare bones. And, to answer what Swim said, personally, I think the best controls is a toss-up between this game, like Ace Combat 7, and Ace Combat 3. Ace Combat 3 has easily the most realistic... Ace Combat 3 has the most realistic flight model from an Ace Combat game. And I know that's not what you're looking for in an Ace Combat game, but it's what I'm going for, that's for sure. I love realism. Even though I'm playing Ace Combat right now. But in terms of just raw fun, the way this game handles post-stall maneuvers and stuff, really fun. The way it handles weather, really fun. So, yeah, for me, it's a toss-up between this and Ace Combat 3. For best Ace Combat game, anyways. And no, Genshin Impact, not good. Yeah, Swim is too powerful! More like getting shit up top, yep. I'd rather play blackjack. If I was gonna gamble, I'd play a fun gambling game. I've never played Assault Horizon, so I can't speak on that one. I've actually not played very many of these games, I'll be completely honest. Okay, but Gloat has good taste in games. He's not gonna play Warframe. Anymore, anyways. I hope. Gloat, you still play Warframe? Yeah. See...
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds. Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force.
I'm actually not flying the Su-37, I'm flying the Su-35. Oh, I find the Su-35 just handles these early missions better.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
You know what I find really funny? Okay, F-22 is fine, but I don't know. F-22 has been ruined for me because I don't know. I don't know if you play more realistic simulators and stuff, but in those, F-22 pilots are just some of the most obnoxious people. One thing that annoys me about this game is that they limited the selection of aircraft to ones that can do aerial refueling for a mini game that I always skip anyways because I don't like it. I should probably focus more on actually flying. But, the list of aircraft is mostly ones that can aerial refuel, if I recall correctly. Oh, really? That's neat. I didn't know that. But yeah, I was gonna say, because it's weird that they do that when they also don't give a shit about aircraft carrier, because their aircraft carrier there's the point where you're taking off from an aircraft carrier, and like you can fly a Su-35 off the carrier, and did they? Which aircraft? My understanding was that was the only reason they didn't include stuff like the Frogfoot. No, the MiG-21 has a fuel probe. Yeah, so you know the weird like antenna thing off the front of the MiG-21? That is a fuel probe. It's not a the antenna thing isn't a radar. It is just straight up a fuel probe. Yeah, the radar is actually, I believe it's in like the nose cone somewhere. Yeah, that. No, I'm not. Even if I wanted to, copyrighted music, Twitch is not nice.
All aircraft. Residential area is below you.
Okay, I should probably look where I'm flying more. I've been focusing so much on the chat, I've basically been letting the dogfight be complete muscle memory here. Oh my god. Yeah, I just got a phone call from a number I don't recognize. I'm having a lot of spam calls. It's a problem where I live. Funnily enough, when I'm flying in DCS, sometimes I listen to Ace Combat and Project Wingman music.
Keep your mind focused.
Yeah, Danger Zone is... Yeah, I don't like it. I endorse messing with GTA cheaters. I just think Danger Zone is too spammed because of Top Gun. Oh yeah, spam calls are the worst.
Multiple bogies on radar. They're close. Wait, they're being launched. You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile. Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, Clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones. Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't matter? You say the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah.
Oh, spawn one of the aces. I already have that skin though, so I'm not gonna go for it.
Mage 2 is taking down an enemy. How many's that now?
Just two more.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Hey Narvix, I'm a little behind you on your playthrough, but I did just start, and I'm playing on the hardest difficulty here, so this will be fun.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
I
Gets killed.
really cannot stress how much I hate
Guys in
Clown.
charge take care of the rest.
So one of the things is on hard difficulty and higher, you get limited ammo for your gun, but there's also I believe it mostly just affects AI difficulty.
You've given us air superiority.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't noticed a huge difference between this and hard yet. Like, I haven't really been... The biggest challenge here has been juggling the fact that I'm dogfighting and reading the chat. That's been the biggest challenge for me so far.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries.
You know what? I'm gonna switch to flying the Su-37. It's my... It is just straight up my favorite plane ever.
Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel 2 was at sea, so it was spared from the attack.
I'm not gonna fly the Su-33. I don't like the Su-33. It's actually the only flanker I don't like flying.
The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape.
Alright, I'll do the Su-33.
However,
Bring the railgun, it's funny.
so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator.
Yippee!
Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy
I love the autism creature.
So expect heavy resistance.
Sure, it beats the puzzle piece by a long margin, I'll give you that. Like, I'll tell you that much. But even then, on its own, it's just an adorable little thing. I love it. Just yippee!
Type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Ocean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck.
Oh yeah, Gloat streams too, right? I'm gonna need to follow that. Alright, before I continue, I'm going onto Twitch and I'm going to go follow Gloat Dragon.
The fuck out of here, you ass! Whoa!
Thank you, Twitch. Did you guys hear that? Okay, so I don't know. I don't really know how to separate audio channels, so the audio is just coming from everything on my computer. So when I open up Twitch, it auto-played some other guy's stream. Anyways, congratulations, Dragon. You're now the, like, one other person I follow. Oh god, I have 12 notifications on Twitter. I'm not checking that or I'm gonna be here all day. Just gonna continue the game. Alright. 37 it is. So, Gloat, would you like to... Actually, is Nervix still here? Nervix, you're gonna want to see my favorite aircraft in this game. This is the Sukhoi 37 Terminator. It was a prototype for the flanker, and in real life it was just one of the tightest turning aircraft ever made. But in Ace Combat, they decided to do a little funny with its weapon options. It can equip a TLS, and I think you guys are gonna like the. Oh shit! I promised I was gonna use the 33, didn't I? Hang on, never mind. I said I was going to use the 33. I'm going to go back and select that. I forgot. Oh, no. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. Honestly, I don't pay enough attention to the cutscenes that I'm probably not even going to notice the difference. But I'm still going to do it for you. Also because I need to get better at flying the less maneuverable aircraft, you know? Okay, Alex, I'm not even using OBS. Yeah, I'm using Twitch Studio. It just seems easier to use, and it puts like a chat overlay over my game, so like, yeah, in the stream window you can see the chat, but I can see the chat as well. I don't see it in the same format, but like for me, it's in the top left corner. It also has info on my audio channels, how many people are watching the stream. It's just so nice. I really like it. OBS being annoying was one of the reasons I stopped streaming to begin with. Oh, is this what's different? You just take off from a carrier. Oh, that's cool. Cool. Yeah, so for those not aware, the Su-33 is just the aircraft carrier version of the flanker. Yeah, see, I don't care enough about streaming to do anything fancy. So yeah, this is the aircraft carrier version of Flanker. It's still good, but it's not as maneuverable as some of the others. Here, I'll show you. If I try to do the Colbit, it just stalls out. That makes sense, those are all carrier aircraft. Shut up, clown. I do not like clown. Alright, let's... Sniped. His call sign is clown. Ah, I missed the second shot. It would have been so cool if I shot down 2 Phantoms in a row like that. I haven't used the railgun in a long time. I'm out of practice with it. I can no longer snapshot for shit with it. Okay, you should not have dodged those missiles. Oh yeah, you're terrifying with it. Yeah, this practice is important. Alright, see ya, Gloat. Before you go, though, what do you think of the railgun? I think... Oh. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I have an actual laser on my, Terminator, though. Erusian fighter was obliterated by the orbital cannon. Yeah, pretty much. There actually are orbital weapons later on in the campaign. There's a mission where you have to fly really low to stay out of the radar. And if you get detected by the radar, an orbital satellite fires a guided missile at you. Also, later on in the same mission, they start shooting nukes at you too. Also, I don't think that's a flamingo.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock. Break, now!
Just waiting for the ship.
In the MiG-21 BIS, like the BIS, it does function as a refueling probe, I think.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird. Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Alright. Yeah, we'll probably spend time together after I'm done with this stream. This is just to kind of... Mostly, this is just to, like, figure out how streaming works. What, the giant one? The Arsenal bird? Yeah. All the fictional planes in this series look very Roblox.
Ship Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Oh, Onslaught's here. Hello.
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority. HQ, what's happening? Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
By the way, the reason I'm not shooting at the boss is because you literally can't shoot it down here.
Caution, all aircraft, stay alert.
Oh! Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense a lot. I only know the BIS because, well, it's the only one I've flown in any kind of simulator, and I also don't really read up on those old planes very often. I only really know what I know from flying them in DCS and stuff. And DCS, the BIS, that's the only one that's available.
Give our allies some time to escape. Wilco, but Golem 2's
Wait, really?
send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Only the Lancer. Okay.
Shoot down those
Huh.
UAVs. Don't
I remember reading somewhere in the like the DCS manual that that the BIS has it.
escort Golem 2.
Maybe I misread that.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back in night.
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Maybe. Aren't there like multiple aren't there multiple BIS versions too? Look up the refueling process, the aerial refueling process for it on DCS, because I've actually never done an aerial refueling. I only know from what the manual says.
Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe. Yowza. Mage 2 enemy has a lock on you.
I know, I heard the RWR. Huh. Weird. Wonder where I got that then. God, the worst time for missiles. Come on, I'm doing a fucking J turn.
My status is fine.
So which one is the Lancer? Is it like, one of the modernized ones or something?
It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile!
Ah, yeah. I wish that we had that in DCS. The biggest problem I have with flying it in DCS is the horrible range.
Golem 2, stay
Like the missiles on it are so you can put modern. It's compatible with modern Fox 2s, but it is not compatible with modern radar missiles because its radar is still really poor. Honestly, though, I'd settle it for just having good radar range detection. I don't like. I'm okay with having to rush past. Huh. Interesting. The gun sight that I don't use. I actually, there's so many in DCS. There's so many switches to switch it to its like gun sight that when I need to go guns, I just kind of look center of the HUD and gun. You don't have to turn on the gun sight to shoot the gun, so. Missed.
Get those UAVs off of France. Get your asses out. Warning, enemy in your 6. Missile launched. This is getting a little tight.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm really not very good with this railgun. I'm just really out of practice. I used to use it a lot with the XO2 in multiplayer. Nah, it's no problem. I actually, that was interesting to read. Don't worry about it. So for those who might not be familiar with this game, basically think of it like a mecha anime, but with planes instead of mechs. Yeah, they do. Ah, that snap turn was perfect. I don't even know what... I do not even know what that show is about, so...
Mage 2, provide cover for Allied retreat.
Ah.
Decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Holy well.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs? Save what for the debriefing? Sorry, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to what they were saying. I played this so many times. Ah.
Beach 2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach. The deck is clear. Beach 2, you are cleared for landing. Lower your speed. Beach 2, bank left. 3,000 to carrier. Beach 2, lower your nose. You're too high.
I'm actually too low, according to the ILS.
1,500 to carrier. Your approach looks good. Stay on course. Nicely done, Mage 2.
I missed the cables, I think. Yeah, and they were wrong too. They were giving me straight up wrong information. I was looking at the ILS HUD. Feels like the tower when you're doing the landing minigames in this game is just working on a random number generator because they'll say, "Oh, you're too high." No, I'm too low. I'm looking at the ILS screen. I can see I'm too low.
Carrier board. Our own forces.
Guy trying to direct me into the fucking runway.
If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters.
Right? Like, that approach angle is so bad. If I had that kind of approach angle, I'd just do a fly around and line it up properly. It's terrible.
Here he comes.
So I think I'm gonna be done. I think I'm gonna stop after this one, after this last mission. Maybe stream each act separately, although they vary in length, so who knows.
Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve...
What do you mean?
It always
What, like the
Mihai's body.
directions Tower was giving? Or
was really showing
what
his age.
Trigger was doing?
The drones we based
Oh, yeah.
were being taken down at a
Yeah, that angle would actually make more sense for a VTOL. You can't even fly any VTOLs in this game, though.
He insisted on flying to the front lines.
Even the F-35 in the game is the C variant. It doesn't have VTOL.
Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged
Yeah, but you can't
stretches of
fly the
time
Harrier.
ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations.
Oh yeah, that one. I don't think that one's a VTOL though, is it?
Drones can match his skill.
The Shinden or something like that. Is it canonically a VTOL? Huh.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing the stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like
If I recall correctly, the big fan theory is that they were really desperate for a mechanic, so they used that to forcibly enlist her.
someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time...
Corruption is a pretty big part of this game's story.
When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny?
Do they even
The
have
guards were big
infrared?
fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osea, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osea was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osea down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusia, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
Yeah, who throws toilet paper around? Like, I genuinely don't get the people who throw toilet paper, because you could use it.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However,
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. It's like, in
in
prison, wouldn't it be even more important to not run out?
The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osea's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was
That
taken
makes
over by
sense.
the Erusian
Just
forces.
annoy the guards. I can respect that.
However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar.
Yeah, the way this game handles radar is kind of funny.
To abort the mission.
This is not how it works.
The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
This time I'm gonna use the Terminator. I remember the first time I did this mission, I had so much trouble with the radar section. Now I kind of just breeze through it. So I wish they kept that up. They say, imposing radio silence. I wish they kept with that and stopped messaging me.
Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay.
I never had a problem with that.
Rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck. Careful of ice formation in the clouds.
They literally do in later missions. Actually, in previous missions too.
Good job, but stay focused.
So if I was trying to hide from radar, I would not be flying this freaking high.
Trigger, you got two directions you can take up here. Just go with your gut. Don't worry, we're watching over you.
Yeah. Either a lot higher or a lot lower. That is pretty. Yeah, pretty much.
Making good progress, Trigger. We're currently halfway to your rendezvous point.
Personally, I'd go with a lot lower, but
Snow, we got a bunch of people,
that's because of the time period I fly in DCS.
and I'm one of them. You're 3/4 of the way.
I like Skykeeper for the most part, but on this mission in particular, he's a little annoying.
Harling is still the president in my eyes.
And like, I really don't care for his patriotism. I don't care.
Space elevator launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero. I'll do my best to save him.
Yeah, the nationalism, I don't like it. He did? I actually didn't know that. So this guy's basically just going, not my president right now. Yeah, I don't know if he's my favorite. I don't really... Oh, I like Bandog. I like Bandog. Actually, yeah, you're right. Burger's the best. I don't remember his name, but the guy who eats while giving orders is the funniest.
Is clear. Don't celebrate.
Yeah, Longcast is Longcaster, right? Longcaster's the guy that eats.
Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the
Yeah, I like
around
Lancaster.
the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone. Mage 2, target destroyed. Break, missile incoming! Target destroyed. Mage 2, target down.
Yeah, Bandog was kind of an interesting change of pace, I think.
Cavalry's here.
Although I will say, Bandog is pretty much your average flight sim AWACS, I'll tell you that much. Most player AWACSs in like DCS and stuff, they're just really sick of everyone's shit.
Half of the anti-air guns down. Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before then. Half of the SAM sites are down. This is Sea Goblin. You're on. Do we have a clear LZ? Mission still in progress. Stand by.
Oh, okay, so he didn't lose the election, he just, yeah.
Sites down. There are still AA guns. Destroy them and secure the LZ.
So he's more like the people who go, we should have kept Obama for a third term. Or just, you know, average Canadian, because our elections recently have been really weird. I won't get into it, because this is not really a place for that, but there's some weird stuff going on in Canadian politics.
Launched UAVs.
Rescue craft tagged on. Initiate.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Golem and Mage, destroy all hostiles. It's been a long journey.
I'm gonna do something stupid, but I think it'll look cool.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the ex-president location now. Run for the
Oh, he already did that. That was a little bit ago. He won the election, but actually lost power overall because there's like a number of seats thing. Basically, depending on, not to get too into details, but basically the more votes you get, like it's not just first past the post. So he actually lost overall political power in the government. It wasn't a big change, but he did lose something. Rumor is he wants to try it again, but I don't think that's going to work out too well. Honestly, I think the only reason he's doing well is that all the other parties just, I don't know what they're up to. They're not making any sense. Yeah, he basically embodies the meme of, eat half the babies. You know that line. Pretty much, yeah. Alright, that guy's getting away. There we go. Got him.
That's about half. Mop up the rest. This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Harling. Rescue unit down, along with the soldier who had this radio. We'll get Mr. Harling out of here. Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out. UAV down.
Imagine launching a big operation like this for one civilian.
Air Force, Colonel. Better than Mr. Harling. Will do. 3 remaining. All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via the data link. Mother Goose 1? I see you. 1 remaining. UAV confirmed down. Page 2, walking. All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off.
I don't know. Twitch is really weird.
Let's wait till we're home safe. H Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining. Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220. Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenalburg. The big bird is coming, huh? Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs. Gold 1 will kill. That last battle.
Almost enough room for this plane to land there.
Always maintain element. Wilco, coming up. UAV down. Keep up the good work. Roger. Sending UAVs to the transport. Orders are to fire warnings. Yes, sir. He's an old-timer. Has no clue how UAVs are used. Not get away. Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action. I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fight. Understood. Arsenalburg is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice. Courses have already changed. This is Mage 1. I'm spiked. Mage 2. Down any UAVs near Mother Goose 1. That's one down. Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
I think I just... Well, hey! That's that's where the story goes anyways. Couldn't we just go from here? Now, Alex, you'll understand why I'm joking around like this when you see where the story goes.
5 minutes remaining.
He in the end, he does get shot down, and the player gets blamed for it.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird. The big bird is coming, huh? Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs. Golden 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Gollum 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Coming up. Enemy UAV down. Great job, Trigger.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a weird hill to die on. Oh.
Mage 2, down any UAVs near Mother Goose 1. Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Okay, that was not me. I'm noticing the difference in difficulty now. The drones are a lot faster to shoot down Mother Goose. I'm not even gonna go for the merge. I'm just gonna fly escort.
5 minutes remaining. Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220. Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird. The big bird is coming, huh? Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs. Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Warming up.
Oh, I don't find him really annoying. He's just kind of there. I like Conquer. Well, I don't like him. I don't hate him.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action. I hear you. This isn't exactly a fighter. Enemy UAV down. Keep up the good work. Understood. An Arsenal Bird is on its way. Strategic AI choose liberty over justice. Sources have already changed.
God damn it, I hate this thing. There we go.
Gargoyle 3 to Babel. Babel, roger.
Why are you firing your AIM-9s? You have Phoenixes right there. Those missiles are just, You have way more Phoenixes. You don't have to just shoot your AIM-9s and give up. You can keep going. Right? Yeah, the AIM-9 does not move that way.
Assess the situation.
Yeah, but doesn't the like you could still you could use the Phoenix.
Colonel Johnson, okay?
I don't think the Phoenix. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know much about American aircraft. Honestly, they could have been using something, you know, other than the F-14.
Of course. I've got one right behind me. Mage 2, missile away. Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
In the corner of my eye, Harling's face looked like Torres. I don't know, he was about to freak out.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mr. Harling, please respond. We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused. Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1. Let's go, Trigger. Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Bandit is down.
Yeah, I had a feeling it's you know.
Turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane? Our Starboard Liberty, passing waypoint 2. The UAVs are continuing their attack. They're obsessed with that transport.
There we go. Yeah, so Alex, this is why I was saying that they could have just gone with that.
Mage 2 fired that.
It was OG. A friendly missile hit him.
Verifying this
Yeah.
speculating. Friendly fire. I saw it. Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. Erusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1, is it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye in the hatchling. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately. Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand?
There is none. They just blamed Trigger because he's the new guy.
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
Also, yeah, it also ties in with the conspiracy. So, I'm gonna end this stream here. Because, we're done with, that's Act 1 done with. Yeah, so this was mostly just to see if I could get Twitch to work well. Because I haven't done this in years. But, yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming by, too. So, I'll probably do this fairly frequently, but I don't expect me to have any kind of consistent schedule. This is just for fun.